and my customers start asking me business-specific questions to my organization, I can't necessarily just rely on the internet, right?
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on that? And I mean, and tying that into enterprise content.
Thanks, Brendan, and thanks everyone for joining us. Very honored to be here. I think a step back is that every business today is making sure it's not left behind. It basically wants to keep up, with this evolving world, wants to be proactive, keeping up with the emerging threats, meeting the digitization expectation. But when I think of ChatGPT as a business, it's about decisions businesses want to make, and decisions that are in line with the evolving landscape of technology, the needs of the customers, and therefore, to me, while ChatGPT is a very amazing technology, we have to think about its value in terms of these decisions. But just like every other decision, there are certain considerations that you have to keep in mind. You have to think about your objectives, both in the long term and the short term. You have to think about the role of ChatGPT, and it's beyond just generating text. It's about reimagining processes. It's about digitizing. It's about being proactive. It's about reimagining the ways of working with human and people. Johan will touch on ethics, ethical considerations. It's about making sure we build trust in it. And that's why I'm very excited about the presentation, because it also involves integration into systems so that the role of and value of technology can come.
Very much so. Thank you. Thanks for that. The integration is key. Johan, thank you, and it's nice to have you here. We talk about language models being trained and enterprise content being able to communicate with customers who are talking to our, I hate using the term bots, but they are bots at the end of the day, talking to our intelligent assistants, understanding the language that people are communicating with us, talking to a system that we hope is going to meet the demand of the customer. Do you think it's enough? Do you think we are able to train those intelligent assistants enough? And I know we have people in this room today who are in the insurance world, and we're busy on some of the projects at the moment. And if I'm somebody calling or wanting to speak to an auto assistant about my insurance policy, is that thing going to be able to look at my business data and communicate with me enough, give me enough information, tell me when my policy is going to expire, tell me what the terms are? Do you think it's enough?
Firstly, it's great to be here. Nice to see everyone. Great presentation, Andreea. Very exciting. I think we live in a world where, given the data that organizations have on us, especially our telcos and our financial services providers, there is no longer an excuse to not give us great service. The challenge, I think, for a country like ours, and much of the world, is that it's multicultural, multi-language. So what if people are not good in English? What if the way we state the question or request is not done in a way that the bot can understand? I think often we struggle to explain our intent. We explain a symptom of a problem or a need that we have. And that's still something that I think humans are better at for now, is to understand that, especially cultural nuance beyond what somebody's answering. I think a key here is how we keep on training these models. I was interested in the demo there. If the client says not satisfied with the interaction, what is the flow then there to review it and to keep on training the model? And I think that's a success, Brenda. I think most of the heavy lifting, maybe just to answer your question, most of the heavy lifting can be done by this technology. I think 80 or 90% of communication to a bank, for instance, is most likely based on 20 different themes. But what about those outliers, for instance? I think it can happen if we integrate it correctly. I like the fact that there's still a human in the loop option, because there will be times when the AI don't know what to do, and we will need an experienced human.
Yes, thanks, John. I think that's fundamental. All the discussions we've been having today have been that there is always a human in the loop. There's always an escape hatch that if I do need to find additional assistance. We hear a lot of starts taking away the menial tasks, leaving the more complex stuff to the agents. That's all good and well. We're not here to eliminate agents. We're not here to try and take jobs away. There was a statement made the other day, is AI going to take my job? The one guy said the answer is no, but the guy using AI is probably going to take your job. So on that score, when I look at building specific campaigns, and I'm talking outbound campaigns to sell and support, to know your customer, to provide retention, things like that. I have a very specific requirement. I've got a database of users, and I have a system that's going to be able to interpret that database, read what's in there, and make a call to Mark Nasila. Mark, how happy are you? Now, this could be a speech call, or it could be a text-based call. It could be a combination of both. Do you see the combination of speech and text playing a role in the future of AI and conversational business applications? We've moved along from just AI, we've moved along from just automation. We've moved into a space of conversation.